Hey everyone, I'm Faye Chappell and this is Sunday Spark. It's the show for people who'd rather build momentum than make resolutions. Today's topic is really a tactical truth bomb. September is the new January, so we want to harvest that back to business energy for an unstoppable Q4. If you're looking for platitudes and participation trophies, well, you've taken a wrong turn. This is Sunday Spark, the weekly intervention for ambitious professionals who are ready to play a smarter game. It's all about actionable strategy, not just motivation. So let's ignite some progress. So let's be honest, January resolutions are a scam. They're made in the dark, cold, post-holiday slump when your energy is at the very lowest. But September? Well, September has a special kind of magic. The vacation haze is lifted. Everyone is back from the summer cottage or the summer retreat. And there's a collective unspoken energy of, okay, time to get serious, right? It's a cultural reset. And if you're smart, you can ride that wave all the way to a successful year end. So today, let's talk about those 90 days between Labor Day and the holidays that are really the most important sprint of the professional year. And let's talk about a tactical framework for planning a powerful Q4 that actually gets results, right? And let's talk about clearing the summer sludge away from all those projects so you can set your mind in a clean slate and get ready for the rest of the year. And then I want to talk about one priority rule, and that's going to ensure that you finish 2025 with your most important goal accomplished. So, ready to stop coasting and start crushing it? Then let's treat this week like the real start of the year. You know, I used to see Q4 as a slow wind down to the holidays, and a lot of my entrepreneurial friends did the same. Big mistake. You know, I had a mentor once who completely changed my perspective, and this was so long ago, and I've changed it for the past 20 years. You know, she ran a consulting boutique, a small boutique, and she told me that 40% of her annual revenue was in Q4. 40%. Her secret is that she treated the first week of September like a strategic offsite. So while her competitors were still dusting the sand from their beach towels, she was planning a ruthless, focused 90-day sprint. Here's her playbook. So we have done the same thing with most of our clients throughout the years. Number one is the year-end retro, right? She'd review her goals from January. What was on track? But what was a total dud? What was one big goal that if she actually achieved it now, it would make the entire year a massive win, right? And that Q4 one thing, she'd pick one major objective for the sprint, not 5, not 10. Maybe it was just launching a new service, landing a new client, or maybe it was overhauling a new internal system. But one thing, so she did her, what goal would be a massive win? What's the one thing that I really need to focus on? And then she wrote a 12-week roadmap, and she'd break that one goal, into actionable steps that every single Monday she had a clear mission of what she should do for the week ahead. So when you start treating your September-December area as a self-contained high energy sprint, she really avoided that slow, meandering pace that kills most annual goals. And she finished that year with momentum, while everyone else was just starting to think about their resolutions for the next year. I'm sure you've been one of them because I know I have. So the takeaway here for my entrepreneurial friends is not to wait until January. The starting gun for next year's success fires the day after Labor Day. So I want you to plan your sprint now accordingly. And it's not just for entrepreneurial friends, because I know a lot of you are in corporate and your corporate is like, not the same. Well, it is, because in the corporate world, early September is a chaotic mess, right? I was in corporate for over 20 years, and everyone comes back from vacation. Calendars are a nightmare. Projects that were paused for the summer are now all of a sudden urgent, right? And most teams, they react, they firefight. They try to do everything they can because they were relaxing all summer. Well, high-performing teams really do the exact opposite. So they use the first week of September for a Q4 kickoff and a reset, right? I remember a marketing director that we worked with really did it brilliantly. She blocked a 3-hour session for her team on the first Tuesday after Labor Day. So are you with me? 3-hour block, okay? So the first hour is what we call the summer sludge clear out. So that's when you go through every active project. What was relevant? What needed to be killed immediately because it wasn't working? What was just sludge clogging up the pipeline? And they ruthlessly cleared the deck in that first hour. The second hour was all about the finish line vision, right? So they defined as a team what a successful Q4 would look like. And they agreed on the top 1 to 3 priorities, okay? That would get them to hit that goal, 1 to 3 priorities. And her team walked out of that meeting not with a post-vacation hangover, but with a crystal clear alignment and a massive burst of energy. Why? Because they knew exactly what they were going to accomplish. So the takeaway here is use this week, that first week, to be proactive, not reactive, right? Gather your team, clear out the noise, set a clear direction for the year end, and you'll lap the competition before they've even really finished their first pumpkin spice latte. Personal action is just as important for September as well, right? Remember, your September is the new January, and that makes this all tactical for you. So here are the 3 actions that you can take to harness this energy. Number 1, I want you to conduct your Sunday Summit. Is that a good name? Sunday Summit. Sometime this weekend, I want you to block 60 minutes. And if you're listening to this is Sunday Spark, that would be today. But block 60 minutes, no distractions. This is your personal board meeting. I want you to review your goals for the year so far. And then I want you to define any single most important priority for the year ahead, right? I want you to really think about what you really wanted to accomplish this year that you quite didn't get there yet. And then I want you to define your finish line. So write a clear, compelling, word is compelling sentence that describes what success looks like and feels like on December 31st. You know, I will have successfully launched my new website, secured my promotion, completed my certification. I want you to be specific. This is your target, right? This is your quarter sprint. This is your target. And then I want you to do a clean slate purge. So I want you to take 30 minutes this week to purge your digital and physical space. I love that. I really want you to unsubscribe from annoying emails and clear your desk, archive old files, tidy your desk. You want a fresh start with an uncluttered environment. You know, where I'm coming at you this week from our podcast studio, and we are in the midst of changing it up so you can see everything around it. And it is a little cluttered. So our goal is to make sure that we are all set and ready to go by Monday, even though it's a holiday, and Tuesday we are up and running. So we did our little purge last week in what we wanted to accomplish for the sprint for the rest of the year. And that was part of it. And it was weighing on me all summer long. And we knew we had to change things up because we're launching a few new things and we needed the clarity and the space to be able to do it. So I want you to do the same thing. You know, there was a legendary football coach, because, you know, I'm a big football fan. And his name was Paul Bear Bryant. Ask your husband, ask your boyfriend, or if you're a female fan, you might know this, but he said, it's not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that, right? It's the will to prepare to win that matters. I love that quote, because your preparation for a winning year, it really starts with this week. Okay? So, the rest of the world is mourning the end of the summer, right? They're like, oh, it's too bad. but you can be the one who's harnessing the start of the most important season of the year. So I don't want you to waste your time. I want you to really take that unique burst of back to business energy and move forward. So your action is simple this week. I want you to conduct your Sunday summit. Remember that? You didn't forget already, right? It's only 60 minutes. And what you're going to do in that 60 minutes, do you remember? You're going to define your one priority for the rest of the year. That's it. That's one act of strategic planning that will put 90%, you'll be 90% ahead of all your peers, for sure. So what's one priority for Q4? What is it? So I'm going to ask you an ask. Find us on social media. Find me on social media. You can find me under Faith Chapel. Our business hub is the Mastermind City. And declare it with a hashtag. Say, September is the new January. I got my goal. Whatever you want to say. And if you get all reset and still feel like you're spinning your wheels a little bit, you're not going to want to miss next week's episode. Because next week, we're going to talk about curing productivity dysmorphia. You know what that means? It means how to stop being busy and start being effective, right? Because sometimes we're busy and we think we're being effective, but we're not. So we're going to do that next week, but you have to do your reset first. So I'm Faith Chapel. This was Sunday Spark, and class dismissed. And there you have it. If this episode sparked an idea, your job now is to protect it from the committee of dream killers, including the one in your own head. I'm Faith Chapel. Go out there and make something happen. This episode was produced by the City Media Group.